So from territory number 1 all the way down here, we're now in zone 2, and the Aetheryte is all the way over there. So, our group of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn is now down to 5. Let's go ahead and move on and speak with Alphanode to take on the next level 89 main story quest entitled Roads Paved, Sacrifice. Whatever the two things in the middle are, but I'm guessing it's Roads Paved with Sacrifice. But remember, I was not lying about how weird the text was gonna get as we continued on with main story quests. Alphanode has regained his composure and is ready to proceed. As the Stolen and Alice said, we must continue. Yeah, have a look around. Notice the change in our surroundings. Perhaps this is the memory of an altogether different world. It would be prudent to learn more of it then. Tread carefully lest we lose our footing in this sand. Sand? We found a desert area. Alright. Onward we go. But yeah, if anyone can understand what those two long eyes are supposed to be, feel free to let me know. If you're watching this on YouTube and can post in the comments to explain. Oriange, what do we see? Were it not for the violent crystal embedded in its surface, it would appear as any ordinary stone. A curious script hath been etched upon them. Alas, it is not a language with which I am familiar. I cannot say I recognize it either. Nor I. The dragons, from what I recall, preserve their knowledge in song and eschew the written word entirely, so we may assume that this is the work of another race, one we've yet to encounter. Meteor claimed the dragon's world suffered a slow death, seeking the release of oblivion. What life we find here, like as not, doth wend its way towards a similar end. Meanwhile, Alice, who's been on lookout. What do you suppose that is over there? What do you see? Oh, that fancy thing? I'm not sure. It's hard to make out at this distance, but its surface seems to bear the same crystals as this monument. Meaning there's a chance we may find whoever built them both. We should go and have a look. Come on! Alright. Also, yes, that is creepy on the horizon to the right. Go. Yeah, I kind of had a feeling they were. Ah, geez, we're under attack. Twice. And they break off their pursuits. But yeah, I could tell because of the A is alpha in the Greek alphabet in lowercase. So we find this ghostly figure. Hello there. Hail, travelers! This is a most unexpected occurrence. Yeah, it certainly is. Hello there. Is this your home? Indeed it is. Forgive me. I had forgotten. An exchange of introductions is expected when first meeting those with whom one is unacquainted. Whoa. Well, that's creepy. That you can separate your head. When the vibration of vocal folds was still required to convey our thoughts and intention, Ia, I believe, was the pronunciation used when referring to our people. Though it is not entirely applicable given our present state, you are welcome to use this appellation. As for nomenclature, to address my individual person, I believe it would be pronounced Kofkugd. Yeah, that'll be pronunciation for sure. Yes, Kofkugd of the Ia. We've encountered beings that communicate intermittently through thoughts, but never one that is wholly without voice. I presume we are having this conversation via the medium of ether, or Dynamis says this space is suffused with vast quantities of it. Fascinating in either case. I gather your response to my presence is positive then? That is well, for there is something I wish to ask of you. Like yourselves, we Ea are ether-based life forms. Therefore, it may be surmised that your bodies are of comparable biological composition to those we once possessed. I have a number of queries regarding your subjective perception of the five senses: sight, sound, taste, touch, and smell. In total, I have prepared 189,712,180,827, which is a damn lot. Yeah, look at that shock. That's rather a lot, isn't it? Oh yeah. Oh, my apologies. I have omitted a great many details necessary to understand the nature of my request. Though we dispensed with our corporeal vessels long ago, we have rediscovered a need for the flesh, and have endeavored to recreate our erstwhile forms. However, all pertinent records have been lost due to the passage of time. Take, for example, the nervous system. It is well within our power to recreate, but we have no frame of reference for sensations once experienced by our people, which may compromise our ability to interact with our physical environments. And the reason you need to regain corporeal forms. Why, to bring an end to our existence, of course. As ghosts? Yeah, just looks like more depressed people, or beings or whatever. Though need is perhaps too strong a word. It would be a simple matter to unmake ourselves through use of etheric exsanguinators, but such a death seems inadequate. The traditionalists among us believe proper death requires an inescapable sense of impermanence in one's final moments, an experience found only with bodies of flesh. So in other words, we should very much like to hear more of your plans. In exchange, we will answer any questions you have to the best of our ability. Such an exchange of information would indeed prove useful. Very well. To ensure efficacious exchange, I hereby invite you to our home. Yes, the abode of the Ea, where we traditionalists prepare for our demise. I presume your consent to answer questions is indicative of a tacit approval of our plans, in which case your cooperation is greatly appreciated. I must caution you, however, to be mindful of the Ea wandering the deserts. Their desire for bodies of flesh could be described as overzealous. Now, if you would follow me. Yeah, let's go follow the ghostly angel. This is going rather smoothly. Not that I'm complaining, mind. Even so, we mustn't forget their aim is oblivion, much like the dragons. Though I fail to see why a civilization so seemingly advanced would choose to make all they have created. At any rate, we'll find no answers dallying here. Let us be on our way. And so, let's be on our way. Hey Adam, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us. Okay, so for those wondering, no, that's not the Aetherite. But if we go over the dunes and avoid the ghosts that seem to be on fire, but they're not the only things out here. But we will be getting close to the intended destination. Right, I should probably hang a left here real quick, just to check this off the list. There we go. Alright. Let's speak with Kufkogd. Or Kufkugda, or whatever. Kufkugd, I don't know. Trying to figure it out. Welcome to our abode. Most of our compeers you will find remain idle in their domiciles, though your quizzical expressions indicate my phrasing is unclear. I speak, of course, of the violet crystalline constructs hanging from the stone structures there. Which he is referring to are over here. You say they remain idle, but what of your work to regain corporeal bodies? An astute question and understandable given your finite nature. We have no desire to pursue our research, for it is no longer necessary. If, in our idleness, we are struck by sudden inspiration, we rise to pursue said inspiration to its conclusion. That is why I was present for your arrival, and why I continue to engage with you still. But while the others are not currently in a motile state, rest assured they will not object were you to disturb their respites. You need only cast your thoughts towards one of their crystalline domiciles to communicate. Alright then. Let's go check it out. So yeah, in regards to what you gave me for a link there, it was region blocked a few weeks ago there, Adam. So I couldn't watch it. I had to wait until the actual thing showed up on Formula One's YouTube channel. Yeah, given the fact that I live in North America, anything from Sky is region blocked. You cast your thoughts towards the crystalline domicile, but there is no response. And then over here, let's have a look at this one. You wish to speak? Very well. Pray a moment if you would. Yeah, but it turns out he just stopped talking. Yeah, that's part of North America. Yeah, we don't get Sky in Canada. Why we seek her and you ask? If you wish to know, I will tell you. Just a moment. I must remember. What form did I take when last I emerged? You know, I guess he really has to mull it over, or she, or whatever. We don't know what's in these things. Let's check this one out. Yeah. Are we waking him up, or is he in pain? The strange moaning comes and goes, but soon fades into silence. Well, we found two that we could possibly communicate with. Let's head on back. Alright there, Kufkugd, or Kufkugd. Oh, I'm having such a hard time with my own pronunciations. Did your inquiries yield satisfactory responses? Not really. I see. If they fail to answer, then it is likely because their minds have unraveled due to prolonged idleness. They are not but concentrated ether now. Worry not, there are no others who have need of those lodgings, and they will not prove a hindrance to remain as they are. But more importantly, you said some few did answer your request for an audience, yes? I imagine they will be with us ere long. Well, we'll soon find out about that after we take our experience and 1,081 gil. So we don't have access to side quests here yet, but we do still have to move on. So let's go ahead and speak with Kufkugd again, and then just let everything you see here just completely fall to shit. Yeah, remember, this gets worse as we go along. So, let's take on Kofkug's level 89 main story quest entitled Fresh Abandonment or Fresh Abandoned. Not really sure, but I think that's what they're going for here, is Fresh Abandoned, or Flesh Abandoned might even be it. Given that it's that we're dealing with ghosts here and that sort of thing. Yeah, how did they fit that into the text of this quest log? Still trying to figure that out. Kofkug languidly awaits his brethren's arrival. Hey there, everyone. I had no luck, but everyone else fared well enough. Quite a few Ea have awakened. Ah, there they are. Yeah, come forth. We have 4 in total. May I introduce to you Lalak, Dudik, and Nenigd. Nice to meet you all. It has been too long, Kofkug. I dare say Sada 4 has since completed an orbit. Indeed, until the travelers brought it to my attention, I hadn't noticed how unraveled some had become. Travelers? Of course, of course. The ones who wish to know why we seek to regain corporeal forms. The truth of the matter is as plain to see as the neighboring systems, but my single account would fail to satisfy the requirement for scientific objectivity. Thus did I bid them awaken you. Am I the only one who struggles to tell who is speaking? Probably. Aye, thou art not. In the absence of corporeal forms and the divergence they afford, mayhap such similarity in voice is unavoidable. By the way, Kofkug, have you already observed the requisite custom for the travelers? That which one is expected to do when receiving guests, a matter of proper form. Yeah, so pop off your head and figure it out. Oh yes, so long has it been. It had completely escaped my mind and still does. What was it again? I can't seem to remember. Yeah, I guess more head separation has to be done to figure things out. Neither do I. Pity, I was hoping you would. Are we gonna get stuck on custom first? Perhaps we can search the archives for the answer. Come now, Nenigd. The archives have long been frozen, lest we subject ourselves to further dolor. Surely you recall that much? Ah, of course. Food! The custom is to serve food. Beings of flesh, such as they must, regularly replenish their ether. By contributing to their replenishment, we communicate our friendly intention. What can you give us out here? Well, they're all in agreement. We duly invite you to join us in communal repast, after which we may engage in leisurely conversation. If we have a chance to learn something, then I see no reason to decline. Alright then. Excellent. If you would care to follow, we shall feast you on the purest ether. Is it that pure? Really? That's like asking for the purest water. Just how pure is it really? Well, it turns out it's not that far to get over to where we need to be. Hey, ghosts. This facility is where we replenish our ether. There is no particular name for it, but we traditionalists sometimes use the word restaurants. Hey, I've heard of that term too. Now then, if you would take your place with your comrades, the space will soon be awash with purest ether. Please absorb as much as you like. Alright then, we're going in. Everyone's got a spot to stand in, and I will too. So yeah, let's have a look around. You brace yourself for a rush of sweet, sweet ether, but nothing seems to happen. Perhaps you need to wait a little longer? Let's find out. You brace yourself again, but again, nothing seems to happen. Yeah, I think she's had enough. Just as I suspected, as meticulously as one might create the Ea's home world, this is Ultima Thule. One cannot simply generate ether here. As recreations, our friends are oblivious to this fact, to the very truth of their existence, much like the phantoms of the recreated Amarots. However appearances may seem, we must ever be mindful that it is the memories of the dead with whom we deal. So yeah, how do we go about the fact that we're not gonna be having our hunger satisfied? Yeah, you wouldn't happen to have a Snickers, would you? So, did you have your fill of ether? I think your tanks are running dry. Alas, we couldn't absorb it. A deficiency in our forms, it would seem. Oh, how very unfortunate. May I ask how you normally replenish your ether? Well, let's tell you all about it. Sounded like a surprise to me. Through your mouths, you say? How very primitive and quaint. Primitive? Well, you are ghosts, and you don't have any mouths. To think that their mouths serve not only to expel sound, but draw in sustenance besides. Such life forms have long since vanished from our systems. Though we regrettably could not partake of your magnificent feast, rest assured we feel your welcome most keenly. In the course of acquainting ourselves with your sophisticated ways, however, we cannot fail but wonder, wherefore do you wish to obtain vessels of flesh and thence to vanish? Will you not favor us with an explanation? Yeah, perhaps more explanation is in order. You flesh and blood beings are always so hasty. It does have its charm, however. Very well, we shall indulge you. In the beginning, when the Ea yet possessed corporeal bodies, our ancestors dedicated themselves to the pursuit of knowledge and technological advancements. By transcending all limitations, we believed we would eliminate sorrow and abide in true happiness. From the tangible such as land to the intangible such as labor, there exist myriad hindrances to progress, but the most confining of all was the flesh itself. Our natural lifespan was distressingly middling, you see. Too short to enjoy unhurried lives, yet too long to be considered disposable. Furthermore, to simply maintain the integrity of our bodies demanded considerable resources. And thus, but we managed to solve this problem. After long years, we discovered how to become non-corporeal entities with everlasting lives, untroubled by the failures of the flesh. That's creepy. That's very creepy. Thus changed, we had more time and freedom to continue our scientific pursuits. We went on to make ever greater strides in our quest to transcend all limitations, until we finally decided to challenge the last of them all, the limits of knowledge. That is to say, deciphering the laws of creation. Yeah, that's creepy. we sought to discover how the universe came into being and explain all extant phenomena, and thence predict the future. If we could but achieve this, we believed that we would be free from uncertainty and anxiety. And did you find the answers you sought? Yeah, as we look at them angrily. I'm going to take this as a no. Oh, yes, we did. Our efforts revealed to us a fundamental truth. And what was that? Knowledge of said truth is essential for the continuation of our conversation. If you would learn more, we will share it with you. No, we mustn't. Primitive as they are, it would be unspeakably cruel to deprive them of their ignorance. Wow, that was backhanded. They are possessed of corporeal forms. Their lives readily ended. As those who have gone before, is it not our duty to warn them? So yeah, now they're arguing amongst each other. What thinkest thou? What's on your mind, Y'shtola? She's got nothing to say. But we've reached a decision. We have deliberated and come to a consensus. If you are resolved to know it, we will disclose to you the truth we discovered. The truth of the universe. Seek us at the stone pillars just outside the bounds of the abode. A place called Elegia. Alright. And off they go. Well, before we go anywhere, if they're heading off in a certain direction, we should probably, at the very least, attune to the aetheryte that's here. Yeah, it's good to know at least these things aren't going to hurt us. Alright. Obtain the aether currents from the aetherites. And back to Y'shtola. Yeah, you can see these ghosts are even up in higher tiers than this particular place. But let's get back to Y'shtola. A fundamental truth. We will hear it, of course. Let us learn what has led such an enlightened people to this indolent end. I agree. We'll take our 500,000 experience points and 952 gil to accept this result. And see whatever happens next. And so, yeah, are you ready for more confusing texts? Well, you're about to.